Last time on Mort's Miniatures vlog.
I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm unlikely to use it in any of my games. Let's never speak of Gary again.
But then... And now.
Yay, Gary! We love you, Gary!
Hello, I'm Mort. It's been a long time, but welcome to another vlog. Okay, let's start with this crocodile. This miniature is by a company called Greenbrier Games, and appears to be from some board game or other. No, I hadn't heard of them either. But it is a rather nice miniature. It was a little awkward to paint, but I am of course rather pleased with how it came out. Here it is with Klekiar for scale. I could probably put a pun in there about scales, but I'm not going to. Games-wise, I'm looking to use it in The Warlock of Firetop Mountain as the crocodile in the underground river, but it'll probably also see you swimming around in a sewer-based dungeon or two. Here's another miniature by Greenbrier. I don't know what it was originally intended to be, but in my games I've been using it as a creature I call the Corpse-Weld Abomination, one of the foul creations of the Necro Witches. It's a very interesting sculpt with several heads, arms and tentacles, and also strangely prominent buttocks, which is why my players call it
the Abomination.
This was an interesting miniature to paint, and I had a lot of fun blending the fleshy colours into the rotting greens. Overall, I think it came out quite nicely, or horribly, depending on how you look at it. And here it is with Klekiar for scale. As you can see, it's a decent sized monster. Next up, here's Ellie Autumnleaf, a female elf ranger by Mannequin Miniatures, which I purchased via Miniature Heroes. She's a proper old school style sculpt, and was very nice to paint up. I used a lot of different browns and greens to make her clothes and equipment stand out from each other. And here she is with Gary for scale for some reason.
You?
Yeah, quite pleased with her. So far she's seen use on the tabletop as a kind of pre-gen for convention play. Yes, I've been demonstrating my rules. Perhaps you'll hear more about that another time. We've had all green things so far, so here's something purple. This is a Leech Hound, which I converted from a cheap dinosaur toy. This miniature was inspired by a creature that appeared in a Frostgrave supplement, and is in fact the second one of these I've made. You'll probably remember the first one of these from my last vlog, which is a bloody long time ago now. Although the pose is different, the construction of these two is exactly the same. It's a plastic dinosaur body, with an extended neck made of wire and green stuff, and a sphincter mouth thing from an old Tyrannid infestation marker. Simple but effective, and weird. It looks like I'm going to need 4 of these for an encounter group, so I'll probably be making a couple more in the near future. Next up, here's a Living Door by Zealot Miniatures, which is part of their Twisting Catacombs range of dungeon pieces. This is a very nice piece, which was clearly inspired by the demon doors from Fable.
Your path is dark. Only a light will reveal it, and you're not bright enough.
So far as painting goes, there's not really much to talk about here. I used all my usual stone techniques, and then added glowing blue eyes to match the ones in Fable. Gaming wise, this is a very interesting and useful piece. What you basically have here is a talking door.
Talkie door! Talkie door! Talkie door! Talkie door! Yeah. Talkie door!
Which can act as a guardian of sorts, only letting you pass once a certain condition is met. And you, the Dungeon Master, can set this condition to be almost anything you like. The door might require the heroes to know a password, or require them to answer riddles, like the war monsters in Nightmare, which I'm sure must have inspired Fable.
3 riddles have I, and truth I seek. You must please me, or the quest is denied you.
The door could even require the heroes to have a particular item, which could trigger an entire side quest. Or the heroes may just need to perform a particular action, or cast a certain spell. There's all sorts of things you could do with this.
No, I'm not opening until Mort has 1,000 subscribers.
Bollocks!
Subscribe for Mort.
Talking of doorways, here's one from Warhammer Age of Sigmar Warcry Catacombs 2 Electric Boogaloo Returns The Reckoning. Yeah, this is quite a nice piece for a recent Games Workshop product. It painted up rather nicely. I've got a few more of these still on the sprue, and I'm planning to use them to supplement my Warhammer Quest doors. As you can see, they're about the right scale. I should probably repaint that Warhammer Quest arch. Here's a bunch of photos my players took of the archway being used as the entrance to a temple/crypt in a recent game. As you can see, it fits in rather nicely with my other dungeon pieces. As the encounter played out, Plekyar, Inanna, Cavell, Sir Pending, Vasha, and Ithril, who's behind a pillar in this picture, fought and defeated a pack of werewolves while Miranda hid outside. Also featuring in that temple setup were these 4 awesome priest statues that Gav printed for me. Being statues, there really wasn't much to painting them. I mean, I just used my regular stone technique. But still, I think they came out rather nicely. If you're watching closely, you may have noticed by now that one of them has a skull face. This was an important part of the puzzle they were part of in the part of the game I used them in. Well, partly at least. Here's a couple of them with Plekyar for scale. Those plinths they're standing on are not part of the original prints, but are in fact 2 different sized bases glued one atop the other. Exciting, eh? This bell is a Dungeons & Lasers piece. I've mounted it on a Mantic Dungeon Saga base. This is for 2 main reasons. One, I think it's a little too fragile to be pushed and pulled in and out of the peg holes of the Dungeon & Lasers sets, and 2, it allows me to use it with other terrain and dungeon sets. I've also added a sign, made from a shield, which came from the Citadel Lord of the Rings set. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with the runes on that. Some of you might have guessed by now that I plan to use this to represent the Ferry Bell in the Warlock of Firetop Mountain. But it could also be used as a village alarm bell, or just a weird feature in a dungeon. Will a curious adventurer ring the bell? And whose attention might they attract when they do?
Bollocks!
This book and lectern is by WizKids Miniatures. It's part of one of their unpainted ranges. I can't remember which one. Pathfinder? D&D? Deep Cuts? Who knows? One of the things that's nice about this is the book is a separate piece that can be removed from the lectern, and the actual cover of the book is quite nicely detailed. The writing on the left-hand page was done with a fairly standard line of blobs method, while the runes on the right-hand page are rather clearly taken from Quake. The main rune, of course, being the Q, or Quake symbol, while the 4 runes underneath represent each of the dimensional realms from the original game. On the tabletop, I use this piece as an objective marker, or quest item. And of course the book can be used to represent whatever book you need it to.
Huzzah!
These rather nice candles are more Dungeons and Lasers pieces. These are from the Fantasy Customization Bit sprues, which come in the Fantasy Core set and also in their own separate box. I like these because they kind of remind me of the ones seen in Doom. So when it came to painting, that's where my inspiration came from. To stop them getting knocked over during games, I glued washers to the bottom of them. In general, I think this is a very good tip for any miniatures that are rather light and or top heavy. Unlike a lot of candle models you get, these ones are unlit. That is to say, they don't have flames modelled on them. I've got a load more of these kicking around, so in future, I might go ahead and add some flames to some of them. But for now, these look pretty good and I'm quite pleased with them. And that's about it for this vlog, but there's more to come. Thanks to Alex and Shannon for all the extra voice work on this episode. And of course, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. And if you're subscribed to my channel, like this video. So until next time, which hopefully won't be as long, I need a goodbye catchphrase.
Breeze. Stop that a little bit more right. A little bit left. A little bit more right. Forward, 4 steps. Start, turn left 20 degrees. Forward, 4 steps. This one. Yeah, like half step. Back up. Turn left 20 degrees. Right, it's good. Forward like 8 steps.
Stop. Move your left back. Step back.
Okay.
Okay, shuffle to your right a little bit. Okay, stop. Right, forwards again.
How many?
Stop. Turn very slightly to the right. Very slightly. Way too much.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right, forwards again.
Oh, I see a thing.
Beware! The corridor ahead is trapped. You must go under the first trap, over the second, and under the third.
Okay, right. Let's get in position first. So shuffle forward a little bit more. Stop. Turn 90 degrees to the left. And a little bit more to the left. Okay, right. Now in front of you is a so straight down to your hands and knees. Cast the right on your head.
Shuffle backwards a little bit.
Did we hear the bell ring there?
Yeah. Okay, keep your head down a little bit more. A little bit more. You've got horns now, apparently. Okay, right. Yeah, keep shuffling at that height. That's it. Your height's good. Okay, now shuffle. Keep shuffling forward. Yeah, that's it. Shuffle. Okay, keep shuffling. You can keep going. We've got a bit more space. Stop there. That's as far as you can go forward. Stand up straight.
Oh wait, no, shuffle your feet forwards now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to standing from left.
Thanks.
Okay, so turn right 95.7 degrees. You're upright. So, yeah.
No helping for the audience.
Okay, turn 80 degrees towards me. Keep going. That's it. No, a bit more.
No, a bit more. And shuffle to your right a little bit. A little bit left. Way left.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, yeah, step forwards.
Lift a little to the left. Yep.
Okay, now lift to your right.
Listing's good. Keep going.
Beware! Ahead of you is the chasm of doom.
Oh, there's a chasm of doom, watch out.
You must take a leap on the stone pedestal in the middle of the chasm and then leap to the other side.
Where you're standing.
Right, has everyone seen the revival they did with Ashes? Like, aim not to do what you did.
Okay. like I'm there. Okay, keep shuffling. You're on the box the same size, so keep shuffling, keep shuffling, keep shuffling. Right on the edge. Oh, okay. Okay, so both your feet are right on the edge. You need to do another huge step. Drum roll, please.
Same method again?
Same method.
Okay.
Massive
3
step.
in physics.
Perfect. Well done. Okay, shuffle forward a little bit more. Shuffle. Turn left 90 degrees. Good. Okay. Oh, there was something from you that's been removed. Okay, shuffle forward some more. Okay, a couple of steps forward.
Beware, a dragon is in front of you.
Oh, watch out.
You must fire a fireball at the dragon. The dragon is sitting over here.
Okay, right. So,
Rah! I am a dragon. You must hit me with your fireball. Rah! 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 Where your horns are bearing. Hurrah! Rah! Ooh!
I'm not saying that's anything to hear.